Und willkommen zurück mitten im Bossfight. Ich habe letztes Mal mitten im Bossfight aufhören müssen, weil die Aufnahme sonst zu lang geworden wäre. Aber jetzt machen wir wieder fertig. Hätte nicht gedacht, dass der Bossfight so lang dauern wird. Ich wollte jetzt keine 50-Minuten-Folge machen. Ist ganz schön oft am Boden.
I'll stop your movement. And I'll stop your life.
Hat es sich vorhin nochmal unsichtbar gemacht.
You filthy slaves are despicable.
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
They can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Tsar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elde Menancia. Go. To Mahak Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream? What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
Okay, Meisterkern der Erde. Dohalims Talent. Nach einem perfekten Ausweichmenü verschärfen sich Dohalims Sinn und sein Stab kommt Schwung. Nein, danke. Dies erweitert seinen Angriffsradius erheblich. Auch seine Durchdringung erhöht sich, wodurch er Gegner öfter unterbricht und kritisch trifft.
What's Kisara going to do now?
Jetzt mal wieder Fertigkeitspunkte verteilen. Ja, Gegenangriff. Ja, Boostschlag. Passt. So, was ist jetzt eigentlich mit Dohalim? Das heißt, ich könnte Shion sozusagen mit dem hier ersetzen.
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Miguel entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
Moment, ich habe ja gar nicht geschaut, ob hier irgendwo Loot liegt. Let's go. So, wo könnte sie sein? Wachzimmer vielleicht? Ich glaube jetzt nicht, dass die noch im Ding ist hier irgendwo. Die hat sich längst verzogen. Ja. Das Zimmer ist wirklich winzig. Okay. Todsand, warum auch immer. Hey, da hatte ich etwas gesehen. Mal schauen, was jetzt außen abgeht. Das ist ja jetzt nichts Neues, was jetzt sein.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
Will die Stadt wirklich direkt verlassen? Okay, interessant.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renin lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
Was? Teil der 4 Winde? Was kommt dann jetzt für ein Gebiet? Wüste? War es jetzt auch dabei? Oh, ich kann Noki machen. Was? So, Kisara, du hast aber jetzt auch genug Punkte, um das hier abzuschließen, und dann kriegst du mehr Schaden. Ja, passt. Was denn?
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elde Menancia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
Jesus, so viel Dialog, das sind wirklich die Hälfte der Spielzeit weg.
What was Kelzalek even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danins and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Shion ist so ein richtiger Wonneproppen. Aber sie hat ja meistens recht.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
Kann ich angreifen?
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this! I'll tear you apart! Take this!
Ach, jetzt ist Ringo wieder drin. Wollte ich doch gar nicht.
If they rush you, we gotta jump for
Probier jetzt mal Dohalim aus.
I can carve through armor!
Take this!
Try this one!
Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart in your heart content.
This one's all mine!
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I...
So, dann schmeißen wir mal Dohalim rein.
Think it is?
Ich habe absolut keine Ahnung, was da drauf hat. Okay, hier ist auf jeden Fall eine Order. Moment.
You made quick work of it.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hard.
War das so weit auf Range gestanden?
More pummeling.
Cut them apart for your heart. Get toasty!
Burn strike.
That's quite the technique.
You need me? I'm
Sein
there.
Kollege.
What's this thing?
So, Hodel, wo ist sein Kollege? Hockt doch hier irgendwo, oder? Ist er hier irgendwo? Aber ich sehe. Ach, da oben. Dämonischer Schwanz. Jetzt nicht gelohnt.
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies!
Get lost!
Here I come! You're finished! Begin! Take this! Can't get out of this!
Interessanter Move.
Eat this! Come one, come all! I thought you were going to wreck the place. I'm not nearly finished yet. Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart for your heart's content.
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Interessanter Move.
Dragon Swarm! I'll face you.
I can handle it.
It's over!
Far enough.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
A fish. You saw it too, right?
Was hast du da gesehen? Ein Fisch?
I didn't
Sounds
realize there
besonders.
was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hand?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Oh nein. Ein Angel-Minigame? Ernsthaft?
Where should I cast my line? I've got something.
Was?
Good fishers always keep their cool.
Was? Ich habe gerade gar nicht gecheckt, was ich machen muss.
All right.
Ich merke nicht, was hier abgeht.
Boy,
Was?
that's a bit of a letdown.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
Das muss ich jetzt nochmal probieren. Dass er wieder rauskommt. Nein, ich habe daneben geworfen. Okay.
I've got something.
Der ist doch simpler als
Well,
gedacht.
that wasn't much of a challenge.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll
Ja,
go for
Angeln
it.
beenden. Es wird jetzt keine
And that's all
Angelfolge.
there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
Ich angle schon lange und da mittlerweile richtig gute Ausrüstung. Ich teile sie auch mit euch, wenn ihr mögt. Bitte als Gegenleiste gerne nur eine Sache. Bitte nur darum, mit Aufzeichnungen von jedem gefangenen Fisch zu zeigen. Je mehr ihr fangt, desto mehr Ausrüstung werde ich euch geben. Oh nein, Progress-System. Wenn ihr irgendetwas braucht, bin ich bin immer da. Habt keine Angst herzukommen und mich anzusprechen. Okay. Wahnsinn, wow. Darf ich jetzt weitermachen? So, was hast du anzubieten? Ich will dir mal an. Oh, eine Fisch. Ja, relativ uninteressant, aber ich gehe jetzt nicht weiter angeln. Oh, da liegt einer. Einmal mal. Ihr habt mir das Leben gerettet, jetzt kann ich mich wieder meinem Miss, vergesst, dass ich es gesagt habe. Geht nur weiter.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Wieso hatte der jetzt eigentlich ein Schild für die dabei? Und warum kriegt er... Es ist doch jetzt wieder Blödsinn, warum krieg ich so ein schlechtes Schild? Was ist jetzt los?
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elde Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Wer jetzt herstellen kann. Ich hab doch einen Bauernhof. Jetzt hier da ordentlich was zu futtern. So Vieh aufziehen. Moment, ich kann jetzt. Ein Rosswürste. So, Waffe schmieden. Okay, habe ich natürlich die Metz nicht für. Naja, fehlt mir tatsächlich das Zeug für. Da muss ich erst die Bases herstellen, so wie es aussieht, ja. Also die Schilde von der schauen schon cool aus. Kann nix sagen. Und mir fehlen der Tatsache die Metz dafür. So, aber ich würde sagen, das war's für die Folge und wir sehen uns in der nächsten. Macht's gut. Ciao.